My name is T. I am a ProFab player for Team Magnolia Games.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi, I'm Brodie. I'm 17. I am a total flesh and blood fanatic. I play tennis, and other than that, my whole life is flesh and blood pretty much.
Hello, I'm Dinah, and I'm cosplaying as Lena Belle.
Hi, my name is Faris. I run Blackwing Studio. I do art and alters and play some Flesh and Blood.
Hi, my name is Adam Duncan, and I'm the Nullrune guy.
Today in the Table Pit, I'm clearly at Baltimore interviewing pros and cosplayers. Okay, what are you playing?
I'm on Lexi.
I'm cosplaying as Lena Belle.
In the calling, I am playing Lexi, and that is what I played in the Pro Tour as well.
I'm on Draw My Ash Artist, the only hero I ever play anymore.
This is the Nullrune robe. It is not a character that's named in the game. My first time ever cosplaying, I did the Ragamuffin hat. And I had a friend make me I Have a Phidian necklace. So my headcanon was the Nullrune guy, or the Ragamuffin guy, went to Everfest, obtained the Eye of Ophidia under dubious circumstances, and then was being hunted for it and had to go under cloak of darkness. And it was wizards who wanted the Eye of Ophidia, so it was all like Nullrune gear, and he's on the lamb. So whoever that person is who I am in this costume.
Okay.
Her favorite what?
Video game.
Video game.
And then video game.
Jerome, I played a video game?
What's your favorite one?
Oh gosh.
What is Lexi's favorite video game?
Oh, Lexi's favorite video?
Are all of the video games in the Wraith?
Frogger. Frogger, yeah. It's Frogger because you have to dodge all the dragons.
Let's say Lexi would have a great time playing. Yeah, I haven't played the games I'm gonna name.
Yeah.
But like Valorant or something.
Oh yeah.
Tactical, like hideout, snipe people from a.
Heck yeah. Okay.
Oh gosh, now you're gonna put me on the spot. Alright.
I think Assassin's Creed. We've gotten a little bit of like pirate vibes from her, and I think she'd just have a good time, like going around, doing things, just being a little crazy, having a good time.
It is Final Fantasy VI, but their game of the year would be Octopath Traveler 2. I've been talking about it all weekend, and there's a running tally.
Okay.
Something like definitely like some strategy game, like some Fire Emblem, some little political machination and some backstabbings. Yeah.
Fire Emblem sounds great.
We'll say Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Is Azalea S tier? Tier 0.
Right now?
Yeah.
I don't know for sure. I would say it's probably.
I don't think Azalea's S tier.
No, I don't think so.
No. I think Azalea's solidly B tier.
So I'm a Bravo main, so I would say yes. The Dominate is great. So let's go with yes.
No, I don't think so.
No.
No. I'm not a very competitive player. I do follow and I keep up. I would define the best deck in the format as like the deck everyone is thinking about why they're building their decks. Like that's the first deck you think of, what's my plan for Azalea? I think it's what's my plan for Oldhim. So I think Azalea turned into a very viable deck that has a very predictable play pattern that's good. And people aren't concerned about it. It's in the same territory as like original Bravo of like, I'm just expecting to have big on hits that I can't block and I got to go faster than them, or I don't know. I'm not a good player. I don't know how to beat it. I just think it's not the best deck that everyone's afraid of.
Yeah. Okay.
But I love that she's good.
Yeah. Only deck in the format?
S tier, tier 0.
For Lexi not to be a better ranger?
If we had another line, if we had something to augment and give a choice, if we could go wide and do meaningful things with lower resources, if we had something that didn't let us run out of arrows, I don't know. There could be another gear that's not there right now. It has to get away or do something different with arrows, because I think that's still the fundamental flaw, that you're using your resource structure differently and you have to take a setup turn. So
I mean, Azalea's doing all right, but like I feel like Lexi just kind of does the thing that Azalea wanted to do, but just kind of better right now.
We would need a new Azalea hero that says at the beginning of your turn, if you reveal 3 arrows, the next arrow gains +2 dominate and go again.
So I think she's strong, but I think she has really hard matchups. And I think that those matchups are pretty hard to tech for in your deck. Being like mostly big dragon, Bromai, and hard fatigue Oldhim. I think there are ways that you can increase your percentage to win, but I don't think you can get them even like close to favored from my experience. So that's the reason I think that she's like solidly in like not gonna go above A tier.
Yeah.
So I think it's just hard to have a good matchup in this thing.
Do I want to play against?
Play against.
That's a good question.
You know, I don't know, like, there are so many great players here, and it's a blast.
Oh, I would have really loved to play James White. It's everyone's dream, but I came into this weekend just seeking vibes, just really wanted to play Ultimate Pitfight, which I accomplished. And since he was going to be in the tournament, I was like, that would be cool. I did not have, and I would recommend if you've not done an event like this, coming in with no plan can sometimes be the best choice because you just get to experience the carnival of it all and just do whatever you want.
I think Tariq Patel is a really strong player that I've not had the chance to play against yet, so I think it'd be really fun to get to play against him.
Yes, and I actually got to play against him already. I got to play against Tall Tim during his little challenge that he did, so I was really happy to just play against him and have a great time.
I'd probably say Brodie. And yeah, I got a match with Brodie earlier, and I'm about to go into a top 8 match against Brodie. He's just a cool dude. He's a good, like he's fun and he's chill, and like every time I get to play against Brodie, it's always a good time.
I might try and find John Warden, Flukenbach. I'm pretty sure his last name is John W. And I'd like to play him because I like his videos. I've been following him since I learned about the game. So
I don't know. I don't really want to play against anybody because like I don't want to play against my friends because I hate having like one of us to take a loss. So I'm gonna say a random player. That way I don't feel so bad if I win.
Okay, but you have to call someone out.
Matt W.
Yeah?
Because I know he's gonna roll me, and he just did.
What was your pre-tournament prep like?
Getting my teeth kicked in by the Team Magnolia a whole bunch. It's funny. I spent most of my time drafting with Magnolia, trying to kind of experiment. So like I've been a force assassin for a while. I like the assassin gameplay. I like the way it drafts. And most of the Magnolia drafts I was like, all right, I need to branch out. I need to kind of test some other stuff. So most of the Magnolia drafts were me just, all right, I'm going to try Katsu. Oh, no, okay, I got wrecked on Katsu. How about Benji? Oh, got wrecked on Benji. Azalea. Oh, got wrecked on Azalea. So then both of my PT drafts, I just forced Azuri. So I at least learned what I don't like to do. And, it's good to get the practice. You kind of know what your opponent has access to and what to look out for.
I have my son's 3 years old. Yeah. So it was get all of my funny decks in a box and determine how I'm going to carry one bag around. I have a lot of cards that I'm not able to play with because of time. So I was hoping to vendor those to min-max and got what I wanted. So I got Crown of Providence in a trade. I got Cold Foil Young Bolton in his Axis. My prep was all leading into those goals. Had I wanted to play this game and I was preparing for like the calling, I would have been on Azalea, and my prep would have been trying to get at least 100 reps on Azalea and spreading those across the 3 or 4 top heroes.
We practiced CC and draft for 2 or 3 months of like between 6 and 12 hours a day, nonstop, or like small breaks. Someone was always in the Discord jamming games against each other or theory crafting a deck or talking about draft strategy or something like that. And then even when I got here, my personal prep was listening to Watsky's new song, The Truth, on loop for 10 hours.
There you go. I know you got the bag. What's your pre-tournament prep?
Go off the bag?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so we've got our infinite water bottles and sandwiches to keep me fed and hydrated for the day.
Yeah, so the box I actually made a week ago because it required a bit of spray paint and drying and such. The clothes I had ready 1 hour before I left for this event. So, and it just required, I bought the fabric way in advance. I had it washed. It was just sort of sitting there. It's the first time I've ever sewed a shirt and pants because I wanted, for the cosplay contest, you have to have 75% of it is handmade. So for my previous times I've cosplayed as her, I've used store-bought clothes. So for this time, I made all the ragtag myself.
The early testing was just a lot of iterating and a lot of going through. Like I knew I wanted to play Dromai and I knew I felt really confident on the deck, but Dromai has so many different variants and ways you can play, and like I ran through just a ton of just iterations, and you know, thankfully I've got a pretty good testing team and some good guys in Roanoke that I can run some really good games with, and yeah, and just a lot of games. And then like I say, we showed up here Tuesday and have been just drafting with Team Magnolia for most of the week to get a lot of the draft reps in, and so that's been pretty fun.
Well, okay, so as far as like deck preparation and stuff, I have been mostly on Lexi for the past like month, but I've been flip-flopping a lot. I considered playing Oldhim. I considered a couple decks. I've been pretty unsure. Yesterday morning, I thought I was playing Oldhim, and I switched back. I'd like to say I was like super prepared and felt ready for this one, but the closer it got to the tournament, the less sure I felt. We did a fair bit of online drafting and stuff to prepare, and then just like this week since getting in Baltimore, we played a couple in-person drafts, and just a few of those have made me feel a lot better about the draft format. Just like getting to feel the cards and playing. Before that, I only done like less than 10 in-person drafts, which is like a reasonable number, but I wanted to just get a couple more in. Not packed on Pokemon? Oh, these are good questions.
Which legendary? Definitely not Flick Knives. I think it's dumb.
Oh man.
I think the
Okay, I think that Vambrace is not a Pokemon pick one in draft.
Probably Redback Shroud, I think. Well, no.
It's probably Trench, right? Trench doesn't even have Blade Break, right? It's just Arcane Barrier.
Blade Break 1.
It's Blade Break 1? Okay.
probably I'd say the Vambraces.
Vambraces?
Maybe that's a really bad thing. Here's someone who knows better than me. Is Vambraces a pack one pick one legendary in Outsiders draft?
Which one's the legendary quiver? Oh gosh, I can't keep them straight.
Abyssal Deck.
Probably, ooh. I was gonna say one of the quivers, but that's not necessarily true. I would honestly say the trench. I don't like the trench. I'm sorry. I think that's not a pack one pick one. I know people love the trench, but I do not like the trench, and I don't think it's great in draft. So.
Yeah, that one's probably not first pick. Like, it's still fine. Like, fatigue is really relevant in this format, so like, it's probably first pickable, but like just barely.
Are any of them not Blade Break 1? I don't actually. I haven't looked at the legendary. Yeah, sure. The quiver. The quiver. Yeah.
Okay.
The quiver's actually probably pretty bad.
Well, a judge just said absolutely not and made a very rude gesture at me for asking, so I'm going to say I'm right on that. I'm getting feedback from the audience that's positive to my answer, but not to me as a person. So
I'll say Trench. I don't like that card.
55. They went up. Yeah.
Okay.
How much do you think Codex of Frailty is going to be when Dusk of Dawn releases?
Oh wow.
I think it will probably go up to,
Like, how much is it going to be worth?
Yeah.
Oh, market speculation. I'm not good at this kind of stuff.
well, Lexi's doing really well right now. So I do think it's gonna go up, especially since Worlds will be coming up and everything. So.
Like post Dusk Till Dawn spoilers or pre Dusk Till Dawn spoilers?
The day it releases.
Day it releases?
I don't know, like 35. I think the card I think is very, very strong, but I mean we're gonna see a pretty big meta shift once we start getting the new Shadow Rune Blade and the new Light Illusionist, and so like it's hard to say exactly without seeing any cards, but I think we're already seeing, you know, the current Illusionists kind of prove that the Rangers aren't unbeatable. You know, we saw a lot of Dromai in top tables that were just doing very well and just preying on Ranger. So we'll see how the meta shakes out.
I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say 70. I'm gonna say it's comparable to CNC a little bit. Well, no, because CNC's generic.
$20.
$20?
$20.
I think, like, I don't know, I think it's like between 35 and 40 right now.
Yeah.
I think if it continues to be in the format, it'll stay around that price. I think the decks that are playing it aren't going to get any worse. So I would put it at about $40.
Okay.
When it releases, it's going to go down, I'd say 30%. And then it's going to go back up to that price unless they reprint it in some type of supplemental product. People are going to get off of opening Outsiders packs. They're going to sell their Outsider heroes to pivot, but then it's still going to be a really good card. So not everyone's going to do that, and the people who do that and new players are going to want it back, and the population's going to get more. It's going to stop growing. So that's my prediction.
Yeah.
Slight dip,
Yeah.
and then back up.
I'm gonna go with 60. I'm gonna go with a solid 60. It's way too much for it, but I think that's what it's gonna sell for.
Who wins the Pro Tour?
Who wins the Pro Tour? You can say yourself. I don't care.
Which person or what hero?
I mean,
Oh.
Oh, that's easy. Matthew Fultz.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
No, you gotta give it to
Okay.
Hamilton, right?
Yeah.
That's my pick. Going in, he's on a super huge streak. If somebody can end it, great. But like the last 3 major events in a row, he's crushed. So he's my pick for this one.
Oh, Mara.
I don't know. I'm gonna root for Mara Faris because she's my friend and her ranking is in the top 20 as of yesterday. So I'm gonna say that she's gonna win it all somehow.
Well, that's a person I recognize, and it's a person in your locals. That's my only option to say here. And a person I've heard is very, very nice. I think I've interacted with her once or twice before, just in passing, and she's great.
I want to say me. I do feel pretty good about my path. If I have to pick someone other than me, then I get Brodie the nod.
Who wins the calling?
Ooh. This is a cool question.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who's in the calling because I know a lot of people dropped from the Pro Tour, but I just don't know who's in it, so I don't know who's gonna be winning the
So do
calling.
you have an answer?
Let's say, okay, can I pick a hero instead?
Zach Bunn looks like he's on a run, and I think he's on Viserai.
Who's winning the calling? Me.
You're winning.
I'm winning the calling.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Thebeau.
Yeah.
He's 8-0 yesterday. Feel really good about his list.
My friend Carson from back home in Dallas. Shout out to him. He's playing the calling.
Yeah.
He's not playing the Pro Tour. It would be
He'll
see him take it home. Yeah. Battle Hardened?
I have no idea who's playing the Battle Hardened. I also don't know anything about Blitz.
Jacob Ball.
There you go. Holy cow. You got it
Magnolia,
all.
Magnolia, Magnolia.
I don't know who's from Roanoke that's playing.
Josh Levy on Icelander, and he's extremely humble about it because he hasn't played Icelander in a long time, and it's going to say, I got lucky and got on the run, and it's going to deflect all credit of any type of like accomplishment, but he's going to win.
I think, is Tim playing?
Sure. Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Let's say Tim. I want Roanoke to sweep Baltimore. That's it.
Two of my friends who are like the Battle Hardened kings, Michael Fang or Yongji Yang.
Yeah.
Those two guys, they're like the Battle Hardened masters. So if they're not in the top 8 of the Pro Tour, which would be sick to see them there, but if they're not, I'd give it to one of them to take home the Battle Hardened. Too fast or too slow? CC, right?
CC. Yes, of course.
I think for CC, I would say
Oh, I don't think it's either. I think it's fine.
I think it's probably just right. With the old him, it was way too slow. The old him games were a little grindy, but I think it's at a better pace now. I don't think it's too fast, but I do think that the dominated arrows do just get the life totals down quick. So I think it's at a good length right now.
Reasonably paced.
I think kind of neither right now. I think we've actually got a pretty good meta. You know, like I think we're looking at a meta right now where like Oldham is still viable. You know, the big clunky, slow control decks are still viable, but then like we have decks that can kind of keep them in check. Like the Lexis are doing very well into Oldham. So like, you know, we have that, and then we have decks that can beat the Rangers. So yeah, no, I think this meta feels very good. It was actually really hard building a sideboard right now just because there's so many different threats and so many different angles of attack.
Oh, I have to answer one of those?
if I have to pick one,
Oh, I have to pick one. Okay.
I guess if anything, it's
Too slow.
Too
There's
slow?
still too many fatigue decks running around
Okay.
that can exist.
Okay.
It's neither.
Pick
It's just
one.
right. I
Pick one.
picked just right.
Pick just right? Are
Yeah,
you sure?
yeah, I think it's just right.
No?
What? Yeah, why?
Okay.
I think it's
trying to pressure you.
I think it's genuinely just right. Like
Alright.
if I had to, I'd say a very small lean to just fast, only because Codex of Frailty is real dumb.
Yeah.
But like it's really like there's plenty of counterplay. There's plenty of decks that can handle it. So like I don't know.
I'm gonna say too slow.
Slow?
I'd love to have some breaks, like in that 55 minutes. I'd love for matches to be done in like 30 minutes. That's like the dream, and then just chill for a little bit. So if I have to choose one, that's one.
honestly, I think it's just right as far as like the speed of the games.
Too fast or too slow?
Too fast.
Too fast?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't say it's too fast after watching Fi do Fi things. So maybe it's too slow. because Oldham is very present. I don't have the strong opinions around Ice Heroes as a negative as some people do, but it definitely slows the game down.
What are his odds to winning the Pro Tour? No, he couldn't make it.
Oh, you're saying if he was here?
No.
I'm very sad about that.
This Pro Tour?
I do not think
No?
there is a 0% chance. I'm sorry, Ridge.
So you'd have to show up this round.
Okay.
Go to the scorekeeper.
Okay.
Like, hey, I'm late. Can you give me a loss and put me in for round 2? He'd have to get here. Let's give him like a 0.003% chance.
Perfect. That's all I need. Hey, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
0%. Well, you gotta play to win. I mean, I am aware of the multiverse theory, and it's not a 0%. It's a 0% chance in our universe, but statistically likely in infinite universes that some chain of events happen that they award victory to him in absentia. So I'm gonna say greater than 0%, less than 0.001%, somewhere in that range. I'm giving you something. I'm saying there's a chance.
0?
Are you sure?
Yes?
No chance?
I mean, like, are we talking about like in all alternate dimensions
here.
and universes? Like right here,
Baltimore.
our universe, 2023. No.
Yeah.
I mean, no like weird chaos.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Zero. I'm gonna say
0?
unless he manages to perfect like the space-time continuum warping device that is probably in his basement right now, then all right. So we'll say 0.0000000.
There's a chance.
No,
Let's
it's
go.
0. It's still 0.
All right, that was it.
All right, thank you so much.
0.
0? Are you
He's
sure?
not here.
Not an outside chance?
He's not here.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
In my heart, 69%.
Hey, there you go. We'll take it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone that let me interview them. If you liked this, go ahead and like this. If you would ask something different, comment that down below. And if you want better audio quality on these videos, subscribe to us on Patreon at patreon.com/thetablepit. And if you want to see more of stuff not like this, subscribe. There's a lot of other people that I also wanted to interview that I didn't get a chance to, but this video is already, this long, so you can find the Table Pit at the Table Pit. You can find me at Table Legs. You can find Amy at Amy Chew, and you can find Ridge at Tuna TCG. Like and subscribe.